What's up, YouTube? BigSweetC here with you. Got another review video for you today. While we were playing Jedi Fallen Order, we were also playing Life is Strange 2. We have finished that up. We finished up the 5th episode the other day. The same day that we finished Jedi. That was a cool 2-in-1 that we got. 2 for 1, baby. So be sure to head on over to Twitch and hit that follow. That way you get the exciting streams. Although I've been thinking about that. I miss my YouTube home, but another video for another day. I haven't even began to really think about it. Either way, we're talking Life is Strange 2 today. It is an episodic graphic adventure game developed by Dontnod Entertainment and published by Square Enix. It is the second main entry of the Life is Strange series and was released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, macOS, and even Linux. The first episode was released in September 2018, with the 5th and final episode being released in December of 2019. Now, this is the second one. We did play Life is Strange 1. That took place in Arcadia Bay with the lovely ladies. And I remember Kate Marsh. I remember her, and I remember Chloe. For whatever reason, Max is her name. Maxine. How can I forget? John Legend made a song about her. I'm just kidding. He made a song named Maxine. Came out way before that game came out. But it's funny how that works. So in that game, we found out that Max had a special ability. She could pause time, rewind time, and revisit things. Kind of the same adventure here. We find out that our little brother, Daniel, we play as Sean Diaz, a Mexican-American teenager. Our little brother, Daniel, has some sort of telekinetic power. He can move stuff, he can blow stuff up. It's a very kind of interesting little twist on the super abilities that fit really well into this game. Probably wouldn't fill in very well for the first game because well, it just so happened that Max's powers in the first one really helped her out in the first game. But I digress. Either way, so it is 5 episodes long. Roads being the first episode where you play. We start in 2016, just before the federal election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. We're in Seattle. We're living with our father, Esteban, and our mother has left us for whatever reason after Daniel's birth. She just needed to peace out. While we're trying to get along, one of the next door neighbors, a white kid, of course, decides to start picking on our little brother Daniel. We go to protect him, and that's when we find out about Daniel's superpowers. So Daniel starts getting upset. Of course, the cops come up because it's a couple of possibly not American kids. I mean, they're totally Americans, but I mean, they look like they could be Mexican. So heaven forbid if the police don't stop and try and help us out. They stop to try and help out the white kid. Dad comes running out and boom, immediately gets shot by the police. So because of that, that enrages Daniel to the point where we finally find out that he does have a super ability, and all hell breaks loose. So we are on the run because it looks like we have not only killed our own father, but killed the bully and the police that showed up as well. So we peace out on the run with no place to go. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 are about the two kids trying to figure out where they're going and how they're going to get there. In episode 2, we come across Claire and Stephen Reynolds. They are grandmother and grandfather to Daniel and Sean on the mother's side. In episode 3, we come across Finn and Cassidy, who are working as fright hoppers. They are working at a marijuana farm in Humboldt County for Merrill, a guy named Merrill. And then, but of course, every time we turn around, someone spots us in public or someone's causing a ruckus, and Daniel's abilities get out of control and blow some stuff up. So stuff happens along the way that keeps us on the move until we get to the idea that we're going to go into Mexico. We're going to go back to Los Puertos Lobos, I believe is what it is, where our dad is from, and we're going to escape from the law completely. Well, I'm not going to tell you what happens. You're going to have to play it to find out. But it is a very, very good game. So now here's the truth of the matter, though. Puerto Lobos, that's where we're headed. So I just remembered that. Puerto Lobos in Mexico. It is a very good game throughout. And so on the surface, it looks kind of plain. You're just kind of these two kids who are on the run from the law because of stuff that keeps happening to us. Kind of seems more of like a coincidental thing. But underneath that, there's a lot that has to do with how whites are treating biracial kids now. The fear of a Donald Trump presidency, talking about building walls and keeping the immigrants away. You're worried about the United States Border Patrol. You're worried about the police not taking your side because you are a Mexican American, not a white American. And it's a very kind of interesting twist on the political outlook of America as well. The Verge, as a matter of fact, said in their review of the game that it wades into more political, timely topics than the first one did, which is absolutely true. So on its own, I think it's actually a very fun game. It's a great screenplay. The graphics are pretty cool. I mean, they don't seem any better or worse than the first one. So it kind of is what it is. But the screenplay is actually really, really, really good. It was really well written. Metacritic seems to enjoy it fairly well on average. Each episode, including the complete season, averaged about an 80 on PS4 and Xbox One, and then about a 70-75 on PC. So PC gamers, little less happy with it, which, in my opinion, kind of goes back to the whole idea of the game. Let's be honest, more computer players, if you're on PC, chances are you spent significantly more on your PC than anybody did on either their PS4 or their Xbox One. And if anything knows about anybody knows about America, the simple truth is, statistically speaking, you're more inclined to have more money if you are a white person as opposed to a person of color. So, theory being, the reason it didn't do as well on PC is because it was probably more predominantly white people playing it, whereas it got better reviews on PS4 and Xbox One because you're more likely to be played by a person of color, in my opinion, which again goes right back to the whole theme of the game, making it even that more powerful. But the truth is, I didn't really care for it as much as the first one. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I think that is. One of it is my fault. I didn't get to play it as often as I did the first one. So Life is Strange, the episodes are only 2 hours long, so I was playing 2 episodes at a time, whereas Life is Strange 2, they are about 3 hours each. So I was only playing 1 at a time. I think maybe the fact that I prolonged the playing out of it might not have kept me as engaged as Life is Strange, the first one. But I also think that the 3-hour playtime per episode as opposed to 2 kind of made it feel like it was dragged out a little bit. And so it would get to the point where in episodes I'm like, okay, I should be done with this, but I still got another hour. And it kind of really drained me a little bit more than the first one did. The other thing that I think changed on me was with the first one, you are in a very tight-knit community in Arcadia Bay. Everybody knows everybody, and you don't really travel outside of the city. Everybody comes back. So, you know, Maxine runs into Chloe and runs into Kate Marsh, runs into all these different people that come back in episodes 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas in this one, because we're on the run, we kind of have an episode where we meet some people, and then we move on. Episode 2, we meet some people, then we move on. Episode 3, we meet some people, then we move on, and so on and so on. Now, there are a couple of characters that that do make their way back into later episodes, so it's not completely like that, but the majority of the game is like that. There was also a fantastic game demo for it, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. That was a great little fascinating kind of inclusion into Life is Strange 2, I think. However, I don't think I got to experience the greatness, the full potential of it, because I did play the demo over on PS4, whereas I played this on Xbox One. So when I played Xbox One, there was no Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit saved for me to then do this in the Life is Strange 2. But hey, you know, that always gives us a chance to maybe go back and play it later in a different way, and that's fantastic, because a lot of people's biggest problem with these games is once you've done it, there's no turning back. But overall, I would give this one probably 4 out of 5 stars. Not quite 4.5. Not 5 like we gave Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order was completely satisfying from start to finish. But I do have to dock this one just a little bit, because it did feel like the episodes dragged a little bit. So I'll give it maybe a 4, 4.5. But still, highly recommend it. It is completely free if you happen to have Xbox Game Pass. So play it on Game Pass if you have it. Game Pass is fantastic. I cannot believe that. I think they have started it. PlayStation has their version of PlayStation Game Pass now, which I haven't checked out yet. But they weren't running a promotion where for $1 I could upgrade my standard Gold Live to Xbox Game Pass. If they would do that on PS4, then perhaps I will also get the PS4 Game Pass. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not like that. But do yourself a favor, whether you have Game Pass or not, or whether you are a PC or a console player, do yourself a favor. If you get a chance, check this one out, because it is very, very good. I give it 2, 1.5 thumbs up, 4.5 stars, however you want to look at it. It was a very fun game. The story is great. And then again, if you know anything about American politics or the state of American society today, this would be a fantastic game for you. I know my brother hates these kind of games because you don't really get to play; you just kind of make choices. But he used to love the Pick Your Own Adventure books, and so I'm not quite sure why he would hate this any more than that. I mean, it's essentially the same idea. But it's fantastic. It's a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. Do yourself a favor, play it if you can, and enjoy. By the way, that's going to do it for this one. I know it's kind of a brief review, a little bit shorter. I didn't have as much to say about it as I did Jedi Fallen Order, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Highly recommended. I am in the minority, I should say, when I say that I liked the first one better than the second. Every single one of you guys that came by for the finale said the complete opposite. So maybe I'm just the retard, if you will. Maybe I'm just the idiot, and maybe this one really is better. But yeah, so it's a fantastic game, really fun to play. Everybody I know, I shouldn't say most everybody I know that's played both has enjoyed this one better than the first one. So again, I'm in the minority. If that encourages you to play more or get this game, then I'm all about acknowledging how I'm stupid and everybody else is smart, because it is absolutely worth playing. Either way, that's going to do it for this one. Be sure to hit that little sub button, hit that little notification bell so you know when I do drop a video. And be on the lookout for some possible changes. By the way, that's going to do it for this one. BigSweetC, that's me. Wishing YouTube, that's you. Wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it might be. Long as you're watching, I'm wishing you a wonderful watching time. Sweetness, signing off. Peace.